Hi Aries, and welcome to your December 2020 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in the month of December. So an interesting sort of spread that is coming up for you, Aries. I think that this month is going to start the ball rolling on what you've wanted to change. So we've got this incredible Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in Aquarius coming up on December 21st, 20th, depending on your time zone. It is the winter solstice, and everyone's talking about the incredible significance of this transit. And for you, it's going to be really lovely, I think, because it's going to make a sextile to your Aries energy. You've been having the angle of a square for the last few months, about the last year, actually. And depending on what degree your Aries stuff falls at would determine what period of time that was strongest over the last, even few years, with Saturn having gone into Capricorn in December of 2017. Finally, at long last, December of 2020, Saturn's moving into Aquarius, which is a sextile, which is a much more favorable angle for Aries. So what that means is that things are going to get a lot more intuitive for you. Things are going to get a lot more natural feeling. The structure of your life is going to stop feeling quite as abrasive, and it's going to start to support you a little bit more. You might not feel that, though, until the end of the month. And with such a strong shift coming up, you might see that the beginning of the month does test and challenge you, but ultimately you come out of the end. I mean, look at that last week, Nine of Pentacles rooted down by Page of Wands. You're coming out with a creative, noble sort of visage, self-expression that makes you feel supported, makes you feel loved, makes you feel a little bit luxurious, perhaps even, and like you are making the progress that you've wanted to make for a while. So what else am I feeling for Aries intuitively? Five of Swords keeps coming up for so many people this month. I can't get rid of that Five of Swords card. And over the last few months, it's been coming up a lot too. So we have our integrity tested right now. We have the integrity of those around us becoming clear. The motives, the intentions of people in our life and ourselves are at the forefront right now. And that's really the focus for harnessing this Jupiter-Saturn energy well. Jupiter and Saturn only conjunct once every 20 years, and they do deal a lot with integrity, philosophy, law, things that are, concepts that shape society and shape our lives. That's a big thing for you this month, Aries, and it should get a lot easier. It should get a lot better. But definitely watch out for the people that you're associating with. Watch out for the people that you're really mingling with a lot too. Make sure that these are the people that you feel represent your higher values and represent the person that you're sort of becoming now. You might see that the people around you are not really representative of who you are anymore. Maybe there's a lag. Maybe there's a bit of a delay in the people around you. And I think in that sense, this would be a great time to meet new people, especially getting into January, but you could see that in December also. It feels like you need a new type of friend or a new type of connection in your life if you can have that. Also, getting down to who you really are. The Hermit and the Star have been coming up a lot this month also, and they're kind of antithetical ideas, kind of. The Star is about that sort of bare vulnerability, the simplicity of an identity being comforting, whereas the Hermit is kind of about covering up and being warm by garments or an outside object kind of covering you and making you feel safe. So we've got maybe a bit of a battle between safety and expression coming up. Do you feel safe in what you're doing? You should come out of December feeling totally safe in your job, in your financial circumstance, in your relationships. You have the opportunity to really revamp your identity this month with the Star. The Star is also a symbol of Aquarius, which is beautiful. I love that it's coming up so much this month because it says that, this Aquarian energy is really going to start out in its very highly evolved form. But can we maintain that? Can we maintain that highly evolved Aquarian, transmutative, alchemical, healthy, simple identity? Okay, that's going to be our test, is can we keep that at that level and make sure that the Aquarian energy is not falling into a more dogmatic, objectifying, and cold, uncaring feeling. That's the thing with Aquarius. It can go either way. Every sign has its different expressions. And as an Aries, you're going to connect really well to these expressions of Aquarius. And for you, it's starting out really well. Highly evolved, highly intuitive, highly vulnerable in the right ways. You're working hard also on something this month. New idea. It's almost like you could patent something. So new business ideas, new entrepreneurial endeavors, Eight of Pentacles and Ace of Swords coming up. You have great new ideas and you're willing to put work behind them. So that's really beautiful to conceptualize around also this month for you. I love all the Wands court cards coming up, Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. You're getting back to yourself. Things will start feeling warmer. Things will start feeling more like kinship instead of so distant. It feels less distant with the people that are good in your life. So that's going to be really a great windfall for you too. Let's talk about this week to week, Aries. Also, I'm going to be doing an extended reading on Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be linked below. But yes, let's talk about the week to week. So week number 1, you have the Hermit rooted down by the Star. We talked quite a bit about that already, but it's 2 major arcana cards in your first week. So the first week and the last 2 weeks before the new wave conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, that's going to test you. That's going to be major. Can you relinquish the flotsam and jetsam, I want to call it, that is blocking you from your purpose? I was talking in the Discord the other day, which we also have a Discord for those of you who haven't joined that community. It's really, really fun, totally free, and great way to engage with the community. But the main question that was coming up to me about this conjunction, and I think this is really applicable for Aquarius, was sort of a feeling of like, can we really stop ourselves from doing or knowing what we are meant for anymore? Can we still prevent that? Can we still eclipse the true feeling of purpose that we've been getting over this last year? It is like a test in the beginning of December to see if we can really move into that purpose that we feel so strongly, what we enjoy, what we feel like is truly fueling us, So you might need to get off by yourself a little bit more. The Star and the Hermit are both solitary energies, so making sure that you're prioritizing that time for self. Making sure that you're keeping light around, though, also. Both of those cards have light sources. So the Hermit has the lantern and the Star has the star. They're both bright. They're not completely dark. So make sure that you're not letting things get too dark or too heavy or too sinister also. Like with this last degrees of Capricorn, it can get a bit sinister and overly focused on power and greed also. So not saying that that's where you would be, Aries, but it's just something to keep into consideration. But one way or another, first week is going to really light the way for you, and it's going to show you all of the different powerful pieces of your life. Week number 2, 5 of Swords rooted down by Queen of Wands. This silly 5 of Swords just will not leave us alone. So yeah, maybe there are some people still in your life that their motives are not quite clear, or their sportsmanship is non-existent, or there's a feeling of competition that's not healthy. And if you don't see that with anybody in your life, I would look inside and think, okay, am I competing with myself? Am I giving myself a really tough series or maze of events that are not really kind to me, relating to projects or relating to goals or future potentials? Am I being unkind to myself when it comes to those things? Am I blindsiding myself with my purpose? It's meant to be a little bit easier and more fun. With Queen of Wands rooting that down, it's saying to me that you need to let your progression and evolution and goal orientation become something more enjoyable, more loose, more like not so chained up and locked up. Okay, really letting go, really letting the heart chakra start to fuel, and solar plexus as well, the things that you are wanting to do. Okay, so just kind of loosen it up a little bit and try to, stretch more, maybe get a massage, do something that facilitates a feeling of relaxation and more flexibility. It's like you need more flexibility. That's really it for Aries. With all this cardinal Capricorn energy, it's made things quite rigid. So getting more flexible with your ideas. Week number 3, you have the 8 of Pentacles rooted down by Ace of Swords. This is incredible. I love to see that combination of energies during the Aquarian shift. I love to see that, because that says you're willing to like work hard with the energy, but you've also got really good ideas, a new kind of revamp of your logical mind. So not getting so ADD with things, not getting really indecisive, very focused, clear, pragmatic, yet hard-working energy coming in for you. And that combination is going to give you progress after progress. So this stagnation that you might have felt over the last year, Aries, seems to be coming to a halt with the 3rd week of December. But can you sit down and really work with it all? Can you go through everything? Can you leave no page unturned? And can you then get an idea about the decisions that need to be made that are pragmatic about forward motion? That's what it's all going to hinge on. And you're moving into the 4th week with 9 of Pentacles rooted down by Page of Wands, with more of a feeling of security and comfort. So yeah, you're definitely much more secure with the energy of Aquarius than with Capricorn, because you can be a little bit more creative. You've got Page of Wands rooting that down, so it's like creatively finding security. Also enjoying the small things in life, letting some of the smaller things give more than they've been giving. Taking things back a notch even, relaxing into it, keeping things simple, keeping things mundane, until you understand more about what you need to move forward with. No need to rush anything at the end of December. No need to go crazy. No need to get frenetic. Again, we've been so frenetic for this entire year, and it's easy also with the Uranian Aquarian energy to get even more like electric and, quick-minded. And Aries needs more comfort. Aries needs more ease. You are preparing for the next big journey, the next big pioneering trip, okay? It's like maybe you might be planning a trip. Maybe you're planning for a new launch or some type of really cool, quick-paced event. Don't rush it, though. Keep it maybe close to your chest right now as you get your sea legs for this new Aquarian wave that's coming in there. But already just those first 2 weeks of Jupiter-Saturn conjunct in Aquarius seem to be really changing the game in a positive way for you. Anyway, Aries, thank you so much for being here for your general reading. I'm going to keep it short and to the point, but I am going to do an extended reading for you over on Patreon. For those of you who have not been able to sign up for Patreon yet, I definitely recommend it. You get these readings early and ad-free, as well as extended counterparts, and you also get weekly forecasts, so be sure to check those out when you get the chance. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here, and let's jump over to Patreon for your extended reading. Much love. Bye.